Hello, and welcome to All We Do Is This Will Be Our Last Episode because we're retraining to become real life members of society because that's what Rishi Sunak says we need to do. I'm Tom Elwes. I'm joined today, as ever, by my soon to be, I don't know, accountant, maybe, yeah, that sort of sell insurance broker, Ali Woods.
I want to be one of the dudes who. Do you remember you ever go to a fete or a fair and you had those inflatable gladiator style batons that you'd beat someone else with? I want to be the guy who runs that. That's going to be. How do you retrain for that? Hello, listeners. Thank you very much for having me. I will say at this point, if there's an issue with my mic and it doesn't sound as good as last week, it is because the fiend Alexandra Haddow, guest of this show, borrowed my microphone yesterday. Then she's pinning this on Jamie Allerton, another guest of this show, that she was supposed to bring over this morning, got Jamie to pack it, I don't know why, and doesn't have the guard or the microphone case. So I am a bit bereft of a couple pieces of information. So what she was doing, right? She was doing it to record her own podcast. So I thought, dear friend Alexandra Haddow was on our side, but clearly she is building her own podcast and all simultaneously destroying ours piece by piece. So boo to Haddow there. Boo.
What podcast is she doing?
We don't want to give it airtime. Don't want to probably
Be rubbish.
Probably, yeah, exactly. Who cares? It sounds quite fun. It's her and another comedian called Jamie Finn. They're getting drunk and doing 12-minute book reviews. Okay, maybe it doesn't.
Cool. Okay.
Your face doesn't look like you're a listener.
No, I'm just not hyping any other podcasts. So that's, you're whatever. It's fine. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a few things to cover in this fabulous episode of All I Do Is Fail. We will start where we began with Rishi Sunak saying that it's time for all of us to pack it in, stop dicking around on stage, and go and retrain and do something else.
Do you think we don't get this enough from our parents, Rishi? This is he's gone full parent of a comedian there. Well,
just like
it's time you had now. Fun. We know you had fun. And keep it up by all means as a hobby.
Yeah, your dad, when he was in his 20s, he was in a band, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah. And he had great times. And you can't take those away from him. But he also wanted to buy a house, and that's why he hates his job as a manager.
Yeah.
So,
but he gets to look at the photos from his 20s all the time.
Look, you can't take that away. That's brilliant. That's memories. They'll be there forever. Yeah. But money won't be. So
money won't be.
You have to become a new business executive / manager.
Middle management. That's what, that's the dream, middle corporate management. That is why when you're a little boy, that's what I thought about. Corporate management. Fuck all this comedy shit. I fell into this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in comedy. I want to be in middle management. That's the dream.
That's the dream. That's why when I was a little boy, I was like, oh, I hope I get to make some sort of medium decisions, some medium level decisions about a company upon which I don't really have any affection for. And don't get paid as much as I think I'm worth, even though I don't care about it. There's a brilliant joke by comedian Stuart Black. I will always remember. I watched him at Edinburgh Fringe back in 2014 or something. And it goes, do you ever hate your job with the enthusiasm you say yet your employers say you lack?
It's great.
But that is, I think, how a lot of people feel about their jobs. Did you see that writer? She did that form, which was like how to know what you can retrain as. One of the options was boxer. I know you've written a few books, but how about being the heavyweight champion of the world?
It's not worked out for you as a dancer / actor, thespian. So boxer is the next logical step.
Boxer's the next one, man. Did you have lots of arguments?
I'm going to complain about the form. Be like, I'm sorry, I can't see F1 driver here. Yeah, exactly. That's my backup. So
I thought model would be option 1 and 2. So it doesn't seem to be on the form. But you might want to get the IT lads to have a look at that.
Yeah. I've got 0 F1 driver, professional footballer. None of these are on there for me.
Imagine if it said professional footballer. That'd be so sick. And then you went and did it.
Rishi, I'm retraining in the park. It's
So speaking of football, all right. So I was talking to you off air, but I went on a date on Wednesday with a lunchtime date, very London. That I'll give you 40 minutes,
I'll fit
40
you
minutes
in.
efficiency, 40 minutes to see if you wow me, and then anyway. But yeah, went on a date with this person. She was showing me
The meme queen.
the meme queen. She was showing me her Tinder, which
Me.
I think was
Oh,
quite a
okay.
bolshy move anyway. On what was a first date to be like, look at these other blokes I'm matching with.
Putting you in your place straight away, mate. Slap down. Slap down.
You're
Just
on a list, mate.
booyah.
You're on a list, and you're not high up.
Yeah.
So, but she matched with this dude called Tom, 29. So already I'm like, I know him. he's, he's lying about his age. He's much young.
Yeah.
He's much
Yeah.
older.
No, yeah. Mhm.
So she matched with this dude, Tom, 29, right? No picture. No picture. But in his bio, it says, sorry about the lack of picture. I am about to become a professional Premier League footballer. I'm just transferring over, and I can't reveal my identity until Friday.
First of all, what a fantastic catfish. That is honestly unbelievable of a catfish move.
Because the transfer window was Monday.
Yeah.
So his thing is, I'm a professional footballer. I'm moving to the Premier League, but I can't reveal who I am because it's very strict. On Friday, I will be able to tell you. So she matched with him because she said I couldn't resist. I needed to find out more information. So then started chatting with him. She was showing me the chat, and he was. She was like, "What's your Instagram?" You know, he said, "I can't say." What team are you joining? I can't say.
Okay.
People, she was putting on a story, and people were
I can't
messaging
say,
her.
but you can send me naked photos if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
That's all. The
So,
only thing you can do. Like,
what we can do at this time, there's
yeah,
nothing in the contract about you sending me nudes.
yeah,
So, um, people are saying it's Thomas Partey, who has a
yeah.
27-year-old footballer called Thomas, who's moved
Mm-hmm,
to Arsenal, and moved
hmm
on deadline day on Monday.
hmm
But he said his name. He said his name's not Tom, and so that's not true. But he can't say who he is. Um, and then he was like, "But do you know this place, Annabelle's? Do you know Annabelle's?"
Yeah, I know Annabelle's.
Of
I've been
course
to
you do,
Annabelle's
mate.
before.
Yeah, bet you have. So a Mayfair club, whatever. Um, it's supposed to be very exclusive. If they're letting you in, then it can't be that exclusive.
I know a man. I know a man.
Yeah, and see, unless they had a 13-year-old on the door who watches TikTok. Oh my God, Tom Ellis! So,
And Instagram. Thank you for the 30,000 people who watched my sketch on Rishi Sunak's retraining. I really appreciate it. Carry on.
there you go. Good
Mm.
to have that. I assume they're all coming to listen to this podcast, as I
Every
always
single
say,
one.
Tom.
They're all here now.
We had to change our change. I'll get to that bit in a minute. So anyway, he said, "Let's go to Annabelle's on Saturday. I'll get us in," and that's what the state of play was at this time. So she's like, "Should I go?" Because so she thinks either there's two options. She'll get there, and it is a Premier League footballer, some random Premier League footballer, because he talks as well in the chat like he's not a native English speaker. But that might be like another layer to the ruse. So
Have we Googled? I feel like this whole thing could be unraveled very quickly if we just Google footballers called Tom.
but he said his
Wait,
name's
wait, no,
not Tom. He said his name's not Tom. So it could be anyone.
no, you
Then
can't. I'm sorry. That is insane. That is
then
just.
because he says stuff like we have a party at Annabelle's. We could have a party at Annabelle's on Saturday. Like, do you want to come to the party? Like he says weird linguistic stuff like that. So he doesn't like say an English bloke who'd be like, "Do you fancy a drink at Annabelle's?" Like he's like, "Join the party," and then he says like the fine is quite big if I do reveal my identity. Ha ha ha. So she says two things can happen. She either gets there and it is a Premier League footballer who could be signing for some random club, could be some 18-year-old kid, could be some older bloke who's the first, of course, it could be whatever. And it could be her and 4 other women who he's invited to this thing and to make a group of 6. Or she could die. So those are the 2 options that she said she thinks. Or she could be, that would be the last anyone ever sees of her. So what do you think of that? Would you go? Or do you think it's a bold catfish? It's quite a clever, it's very current as well.
Okay, things that I think will happen. One, he'll apologize on the day and make an excuse for why he can't go to Annabelle's. That's what I think is the most likely outcome. I've been rushed into training.
Yeah, classic.
I've got to have physio. Something crazy.
Oh, annoying.
I think that's what the most likely scenario in which will happen. And then the other thing I think is going to happen is possibly he'll say, no, I can't do Annabelle's, but do you want to come to mine? And he will give an address somewhere that's not Mayfair and
Rice slip.
Yeah.
Just off the M11.
Yeah. Just meet me in this car park. And it will all be very sketchy. But why not? Go on the adventure. Maybe take a friend. Yeah. Maybe take you, Ali.
I'm busy. I'm meeting a woman from the WSL from the Super League.
Yeah.
She's just moved over.
Yeah, so this woman's, she says she's a Victoria's Secrets angel and she can't reveal her identity. It's the whole thing, no photo, but she definitely is one, like 100%.
But the thing is, about this dating app, Raya.
Yeah.
Are you on it? Well, you on it.
I'm on no apps, Ali.
Okay.
I'm a taken man.
That's how you know he's a fuckboy. I don't use the apps. You just don't get to know people properly on them. Like
no, don't worry. I used the apps, Ali. I completed the apps, but like it's
paid for the special super gold membership.
Yeah, I was all over that life, but I'm out the game, so I don't know. You got to tell me, mate. You got to tell me from the other side.
I'm certainly
What's the
not
lifestyle
on Raya.
like? The old Ali Woods, captain of the Shaggers lifestyle. Now he's just living the dream.
Captain of the Shaggers. Oh dear, what a terrible football team. I mean, I live a very strict, disciplined existence. I'm gigging regularly again, which is great. And then so instead of having sex, making love, and making human connections, what I've done the last 2 nights, Tom, is gone to the gym at 11:30 p.m.
You have a sad life.
Work out those frustrations on my own. Thank you very much. Me and the weights, the gang, the lads, the 22 kilo, the 10 kilo, all the lads.
Christ. Well,
so that's what I've been doing. But anyway, my friend, I have a friend who has actually matched footballers on Raya, on this other app, and chatted with them. I won't say which ones, but there's nothing too revealing that's been happening. But it's very funny. What I'd say is it's like exactly as you'd expect. It's all sort of like the chat is very minimal. It's very much like, hello, sexy, you are beautiful. Haha, would you want to come to this like hotel, or like I'll spend like 12 grand on a night. Do you want to just go to a club and just basically just get service and bowls and all sorts of shit?
Yeah.
But there's no like interesting philosophical discussions.
Right, yeah, I can imagine.
You are beautiful, haha. Can I say that? Do you
Want
to go for this Mayfair club?
Party?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can see the vibe. Have you ever matched a celebrity?
No, I've never matched anyone. I have obviously I have matched people. No, I've never got. Sounded like a weird sentence. Never got near a celebrity.
I've tried. The security keeps holding me away. It's so annoying.
Gotta give it up. Gotta give it to those bouncers, mate. That security is top notch.
Every time they like shoo me out the garden, it's just God.
I know, right? They see me. They got night vision goggles or something.
Yeah.
I went in all black, and then I went
11:40 at night is perfectly appropriate time to be in someone's garden. It's not.
When I say the gym, I mean Maya Jammer's outside Maya Jammer's house.
Banging on the glass.
Yeah. Did you get my tweets? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
No, have you?
No. I mean, possibly some D-list on a reality show one time.
Anyways, that's 6 stars.
I wish that they're highbrow, mate. They're living the dream. They're up there.
The better. You're going more for Desperate Scousewives. Did you ever watch that show?
Yes. Christ. That is
That's your
that
type.
was that was a show. That was a show.
Mm.
Yes. So okay. So well, let us know next week if things come to fruition and your girl runs off with a Premier League footballer and you're left alone once again. But
Is that bad etiquette to get out your Tinder matches on the first date with someone?
I would generally say that means that date has gone awfully. But just from an outsider perspective, if they've whipped out their Tinder matches to be like, yeah,
Look at all
I'm,
these lads,
I'm
Premier League footballers.
yeah. But maybe it's just a weird flex. She is a meme queen, so it's tough. Okay, listeners. Quickly back to Rishi Sunak. So we are all gonna have to retrain. He says, get real jobs, kids. Fun's over. Party time is done. This is post Brexit Britain. This is Corona Britain, where times are hard and there's no movement or time for laughter.
So why? What's changed? Is he basically said you can't? There's no venues. Is that the thing? He's going to be like, there's going to be no venues because I saw Scotland. Oh, bless up Scotland, mate. Good luck to you if you're up there. They're all the
Bless up Scotland.
all the
You're
bars.
fam.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I took a real one, Scotland. Yeah,
yeah, real thing.
yeah. Now big up Scotland, respect. But bless up Scotland. They all the bars and restaurants are closed now as well. So the Scottish comedians out there, I feel for you.
Also, if there's going to be a country that people are going to be affected by shutting bars, Scotland is probably quite high up on that list.
The bars and the pubs is a bit highbrow to go into if you're in Scotland. So do you know in Scotland, right? There's curfews in which you can buy alcohol. Did you
Really?
know this?
No,
10 a.m.
no.
to 10 p.m. I think, right? So you can't get alcohol in Scotland from a shop after 10 p.m. And that's not a coronavirus thing. That's been in force for years. So you'd think, right, like at 9:45 p.m. there's a big scrabble to get like the last booze, which I'm sure happens as well. But that's not the worst part. Is the worst part is when I used to visit my family in Scotland at 9:45 a.m. you'd see people hanging outside the supermarket, like waiting for 10 to get their bottle of Bells. That's mad, isn't it?
That's intense. Yeah, I mean it's intense.
So
But in
going
the
to a
same way,
bar, going to a pub is like, oh, you're doing well, aren't you? Going out for the pint, so you are, right? Okay. Someone's moving up in the world. Whereas you should really be just getting your bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, here in Islington, there is a famous pub on Highbury Corner that opens relatively early doors, and every single day there is a bit of a queue for the lads to get in.
What are
And
they
lasses. And lasses.
What are they going to do in there? What are these just jinx?
Scrabble, What do you think?
I mean, at least the supermarket is more affordable, but then I suppose the pub's more social. So
yeah, you got to see your pals.
Yeah, but yeah. So is that why Rishi's basically said like we have to retrain because all
no
the venues are
yeah.
right? Okay.
No venues, nothing. If you're a musical theatre star, get a real job. All these things. It's pretty. I don't know. It's quite scary, actually.
It is scary. I feel personally. Now, this might be wrong. This is more of a message for the actors.
Yeah.
I feel because
time to let it go, guys. We've always been the bottom feeders of the entertainment industry. We always, where there's a will, there's a way. We'll figure out how to put on.
This is it.
For those actors,
we're used to it. We're roaches, right? It's like 20 quid cash in hand, do a gig at my mate's bar mitzvah. Fine.
Yeah. Theatres, you need lights, you need a troupe, you need,
Oh, they're so needy, aren't they? They just want it all. They want an audience. For years.
Yes, with none. I think it'd be great if actors had to take the same approach that the comedians had to, with just like random, just like, mate, do you reckon you could do a bit of a Hamlet in the back of my mate's barbershop?
Yeah. And I've done a gig in the back of a barbershop, but an actor would never say that. An actor,
no.
And you know what the worst bit is? They think they're doing really exciting, new age, really urban things like, oh my God, like we had this experiential, immersive theater that was in like a barber shop, but you were like getting the haircut, and the actors were like also and you just and that was the play. It was amazing. Blah 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 blah. And the tickets were only like 38 quid. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but it was amazing because you really experienced it, and like you weren't expecting, like when we turned on the strobe, that was like what? But you're in a barbershop, yeah.
But we've seen the actual disasters that happen when you do a proper gig in these sort of places. It's not like, oh, it was amazing. It's like, fucking hell, we're going to need counselling after this.
Yeah, and it's strangers walking past, being like, "What the fuck's going on in there? What you got? Was it comedy?" Oh,
has anyone ever done a play in the corner of a pub when no one wanted it? No.
Yeah. Has anyone ever done a play in the corner of an Indian restaurant when no one in that restaurant knew that comedy was going to go on and they didn't turn the music off? That's what I want to know.
Have you done that?
Yeah, 100% I've done that. Yeah.
Did they turn the music up while you were on as well?
yeah. They just did like a low level sort of like low level music being played. It was trying to do comedy over lounge covers is interesting.
Yeah, lounge covers, what a niche audience. Being an actor is a very difficult skill, and it's very impressive, and I enjoy a lot of mainly films. I haven't seen a play in ages, but I've seen plays that I really enjoy, but I see a lot of films that I enjoy with great actors and all that sort of stuff. So I appreciate it is a difficult industry, and I think I feel for them, but I feel like that's more for them than the comedians, because comedy, we are cockroaches. We will do. I mean, in this lockdown, we've been offered gigs on the. There was a gig that was going to happen, which was going to be a boat pulled up to the Weatherspoons on the Thames, and then comedians would go on the back of the boat.
Yeah.
By the Weatherspoons pub garden.
Yeah, that's it. Just try and shout over the Weatherspoons.
And if that gig went ahead, it would have been way oversubscribed. Everyone
What jumping on that all you could. But I feel like actors, I don't know, your time may be done unless you can figure out how to do Zoom plays or something. Immersive Zoom plays. Maybe that's the future.
Yeah,
maybe let's start an immersive theatre troupe doing immersive Zoom plays.
How can you be immersive on Zoom, bruv? That would have been like...
Because Ali, they think they've logged into a meeting. It's all set out like a meeting. We start hitting them with corporate stats, but then drama unfolds, mate. That's how.
Quite a good idea. You know, mate, I think that's quite a good idea. If you had a play which was like a meeting that you logged into, and you could only do sort of 10 people at a time, but they paid 10 quid a go, and formed it out in... over the course of like an hour, that'd be all right.
I've just sold Edinburgh 2021. There you go. Bear in mind, if there's any producers out there who want to steal more of my ideas, I know what you stole. My Strictly Come Dancing does stand up. Don't steal my Zoom play immersive theatre.
Do you think there's many jobs that you could really do? Not like I could go stack shelves at the supermarket, which is fair enough. Like, I want to do that, but you could do it. But do you think there's actual many skilled, like a mechanic, or accountant, or
not like that. I think I go into sales. I always think that I just do sales. Like I could easily do that. I've done it before. Like whatever.
You did sales before?
Well, basically, when working at production, I was like, you're constantly like just pitching shit to people and being like, "Oh, we could do this for you," blah blah blah. I'm just trying to make it sound good.
I thought you were going to say you did sales because you were on the Ibiza Strip selling wristbands to groups of lads.
I'd be sick of that as well.
Magaluf. All right, lads. Where are you going tonight? Are you looking for girls?
Free shots? Yeah, I've got loads of guys, mate. Loads of guys.
Free shots when you get in. Just ask at the bar, and they're like, here's the apple sours. 10 milliliters of apple sours.
Go in, son. Go in. Just on another side point of internet antics, I've been accused, and I'm not trying to start beef here, but it probably would be good for this podcast if we did.
Should we start beef with Chip? Because he's on it.
No, well, we'll come to that later. But kids on the internet keep saying I sound like this YouTuber James Marriott. Now, if you want to Google James Marriott,
his name sounds like someone you would sound like. James Marriott.
Yeah. Now, it is quite freaky at points. I do somewhat sound like this James Marriott guy, but I wish under every single one of my things, everyone's just like, sounds like James Marriott, sounds like James Marriott. And I've started to get annoyed about it. And I looked him up. He's in something called the E-Boys. I don't know what the hell that is, but I think it's the sort of like it's the kind of slightly more nerdy side men. This is what I'm understanding. Um, and I don't really know. I guess he plays video games. I don't really know. But anyway, people stop saying I sound like him. I'm definitely funnier, and my content's more entertaining. That's
I can't wait to see who this bloke is. James Marriott.
yeah. I'm sure he's a lovely bloke actually, and a really nice guy. But I wish they would stop saying I sound like him.
He sounds like you. I don't know.
Hmm.
But are you replying to these? Are you like, no, I actually don't. I'm my own man.
Yeah, that's what I've been replying. Exactly that.
You should do it. Have you reached out to him?
No, I've not reached out to him yet. I'm assuming that he may have seen because enough kids keep tagging him in my comments, so maybe he's seen it.
And
Maybe we'll get him on.
He's not thought it was worth his time. Has he got like a
No.
million subscribers?
Yeah, he's big in the game. Also, talking about big in the game, I saw Nigel Leung now has Uncle Roger, Nigel Leung, who's been on this podcast, check out his episode, 2 million subs on YouTube. He's got more subs and more followers than Kano the rapper. And like,
that's mad, isn't it? People love his take on rice.
He's legit one of the biggest YouTubers in the country right now.
That's amazing. We gotta go for that Asian market, bro. I don't know how, but there's bare people out there, clearly.
Yeah. Well, I told you we just need to lean into the whites. Like we gotta do more.
That's got its own problems.
Yeah.
You know that we've debated this before.
Yeah.
But that's good. Yeah. I tell you what, another video that's gone down well, one of our most watched and most hated is our clip on Lawrence Fox from last week.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Got pure dislikes, but lots of watches.
Yeah. A lot of hate for the Lawrence Fox chat.
Tagged with the Jim Davidson one.
Yeah.
What they're really disappointed is that we're not on their side. They'd love to have some fresh young blood in there.
I just don't, with the Lawrence Fox thing, I just don't think he's not doing anything. He's not taking a stance on anything actual. He's just taking a stance on like PC culture wars. And I just think you can't run a political party on that. Like we
talked about him last week. I mean, he's a waste man. But we do need to start beef. Maybe we can start beef with Lawrence Fox and Jim Davidson because I watched that Chip video. And in a Shell garage, we could do that at a Shell garage. It'd probably be a bit more.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just for those who don't know, Chipmunk has started beef with Stormzy after Stormzy allegedly pulled up to his house to confront him. And Chip did not take kindly to this. He released the footage of Stormzy pulling up to his house and now has released a diss record having a go at him.
So I did a bit of research on this. Because firstly, it's Chip now, not Chipmunk,
which is interesting. North London's finest, by the way, went to Highgate Wood School.
Safe, because I remember him from Oopsie Daisy.
Chip? Yeah,
Chip. Did he Chip? He was well young. He got good A levels. I remember. Anyway, so
that's why you like him, you fucking nerd.
I love him for that. I think that's
you got good A levels like me. He does
his creative stuff, does his rap. But he also does his studies as well.
Okay.
So that's really the example you should
be following. A man after your own heart, Ali.
Alistair. So, Stormzy pulled up to his manager's house with goons, which is a bit odd. And basically, I'm always skeptical of these things being fake, especially because Stormzy's so mainstream, such like a pop artist. Obviously, he's great, and I have a lot of love for Stormzy and what he does for society and the way he talks about prevalent issues I think are great, and I like quite a lot of his music. But I always wonder whether it's like he's just wants to do these little beefs and stuff just so it's seen as like, oh, he's still on road, like he's still from ends. You know, you can take the guy out of South London, but he's still, instead of just this big.
Well, shout out Darren Griffiths who made a great point on Twitter, or maybe it was Facebook. He said, for all people who think Stormzy Chip beef is fake, think about all the shit reality TV shows you watch and what's more entertaining. It's true.
Yeah. So anyway, but apparently that happened in June, but it's only just come about now. And then Chip released a couple of diss tracks on him and gave him 48 hours to reply, and he hasn't replied yet. So he should be doing it.
Again, shout out Kate Kurd again, making an amazing point about grime beefs. you know, he said, he tweeted, "Grime is long. You've got 24 hours to go and find a record studio and record a diss track. Otherwise, like Graham from Twickenham will lose respect for you."
That is true.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So we're sat here. I will be honest. We're sat here losing respect for Stormzy for not, you know,
I'm
not
losing
replying.
so much respect for Stormzy. I liked his diss tracks on Wiley with his little mug of tea. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then he didn't really need to do anything because Wiley sort of did his own diss track on himself by just going nuts.
Wiley literally set fire to himself.
Yeah. No one's done more damage to Wiley than Wiley.
Yeah.
He absolutely smashed Wiley. Wiley did.
Yeah, really closed the walls in on himself. Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this classic tale of grime beef turns out.
Have you had any proper with someone? I'm trying to think. I generally just get on with people. I just want them to like me. So I've had sort of minor fallings out with people before, but I've never had like something where I've gone, if I see that guy, I'll flip out.
I've never had like, if I see him, I'm gonna punch him in the head. But I've definitely.
Did someone have better abs than you or something? What was it?
No, just like nonsense shit, being a kid and bullshit basically. And definitely had people who wanted to like beat me up and stuff. But
I completely believe that. There's no problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Still now in comedy. Maybe we should get some comedy beef. There are.
Mate, I'm telling you, if we start this beef with, that's how we start it. We've got to beef YouTubers. That's how you get big in the game.
James, what's his name? James Madison. That's a footballer.
Marriott.
James Marriott.
YouTuber now. YouTuber now.
16 years.
No, he's like 25 or something.
Okay. Well, we'll beef him. James Marriott. Well, I want him to come on the show first because I want to get his followers. If they like his shit, they must like you.
Yeah, they sort of they're very much your vibe, I would say. Sort of
mine. They're pretty cool characters.
Pasty, like stay inside. That's
Staying inside is where the fun happens. Okay.
Yeah.
When you go out, where do you end up back? Inside. Exactly. Thank you.
If you ever wanted to learn what a depressing insight into the world Ali Wood's ass, that's.
Dare you? Yeah, there's not been much news this week, to be honest. It's actually been like, I think people are just worried. I think people are just battening down the hatches. They said there's going to be more, stricter some rules next week. So I guess we'll be covering that next week when they're saying like, so we're going to close bars at 9:45 now, and you are allowed in a group of 6, but only if one of them is at least a moon bond. So you have star signs that cross over each other directly, and also 3 of you have to be outside at the time, but 3 of you can stay inside, and you're not allowed to go to Burger King unless you get chips with your meal now. And good luck out there.
Have fun. Yeah. Now the rules are just getting stupider and stupider and stupider. I think, however, unfortunately, proper closure of venues. I mean, listeners, me and Ali were back at Vauxhall Comedy on Tuesday. We're back at Vauxhall Comedy next Tuesday. Great night, banging night. Please come down. But we don't know. We're living week to week with that. So please subscribe to our Patreon because we need it. But yeah, we're living week to week with venues and keeping venues open. And we've got loads of gigs in the books over the next couple of months. But fuck knows if we're going to be able to do them.
You don't. Loads of gigs. Someone's doing well. All right. Okay. Show off. But yeah, it's true. I don't know what's going to happen with the venue because it can't go well in Christmas. Because I've got my birthday coming up. That's. I mean, they're not gonna cancel my birthday, are they, Tom? How am I going to celebrate? Singing to myself
at home, crying like you normally do. What do you mean?
Burn out the candles on my Tesco chocolate cake.
Meal deal at the ready. Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
I just eat it between Call of Duty games. Perfect. Like
it's efficient and fun.
Yeah.
If you could donate to our Patreon, that would be good. But this is maybe just comedy now. This is just you. Until there's a vaccine, you're going to have periods where you can go out and have fun and do gigs, and then you're going to have a couple months off to do some sketches. If you can't do both, you're going to get fucked over, man.
Yeah, big time.
Got almost told off, but promoter at a gig was like, and it is legal the way the gig works, but just for their own PR, they were like, don't take pictures of the gig you saw this as well. Don't take pictures of the gig, making it look like it's busy. And I was like, that's years of experience I've had trying to make shit open mic gigs look somewhat presentable to anyone who is gonna look at the photo or the image later, where you've got one man and his dog, and you try and make it look like
Trying to make sure your Edinburgh show looks packed to the rafters.
yeah, like the guy, like three guys,
Mm.
get real close. Like I take it on his shoulder, basically. And now it's all down the drain. But what can you do?
What
I'm
can we
excited
do?
to open. Well, I don't know if I'm opening. I'm excited to do Banana Cabaret tonight, which I thought wasn't going to happen, but it's one of the oldest clubs in the country. It's been running for like 38 years down in Balham. If you're at Banana Cabaret tonight, I hope I give you a good show, because maybe that'll be what I sign off on.
Sound like you're gonna kill yourself.
That's my note. My note. Well, he did mention something about
that. Made up our views actually quite a lot. If you were to do it live on stream, that'd be great for me anyway. I'd do an Edinburgh show about it. It'd be like a whole thing.
Mate, I watched that film, The Babysitter, on Netflix. Have you seen it?
No.
I watched it. I came back from a gig at 10:30. I called my mate. We organised it. I called my mate who lives in America on video call, and we watched it together. And it's basically about this babysitter who turns out to be like sacrificing this guy to the devil.
Oh, baby eating. Honestly, this is huge. This is like the cab driver that I was in. This is the Uber. This is the Uber all over again.
How She Stays Young and Beautiful. It's all right. It's good fun if you want to watch it. But they say on it, like, let's video this, like, human sacrifice. That's like the last thing that hasn't been done on the internet. And then this is actually quite good writing from the film, I think. Then the person says, human sacrifice has been around for millennia. And then someone says, yeah, but it hasn't been done by good-looking Americans yet. And I was like, I see what you did there. Very good.
Oh, very funny. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been All I Do Is Fail. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've this week we've covered Stormzy and Chip beefs as two middle class white boys, and we've started our own beef with some YouTubers.
Middle class white boys from North London is what grime was founded on. Well, not founded on, but what when we with our cash started.
Yeah.
I remember being in North London. It was a big deal, man. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
And then
it was us going to those grime gigs at shitty little venues. Yeah, our kids from the countryside, they were going to see the Fratellis or something. We were like, nah, man, I'm going to see Chipmunk.
So I remember the original beef was Wiley and Skepta, but as I said, Wiley has done himself over anyway. So that was the original beef, I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, the two middle class white boys from North London. Well done, chaps, on the old grime. Did you see that Matt Hancock article in the Times? It said something like, "As a big grime fan, I know what the rap scene needs." How's anyone signed off on that? Fucking taking the piss. I'm surprised people still rap after that.
Yeah, it's shocking.
My mate sent me, and I was like, "Oh, now I know how I sound."
Yeah, literally. To other people, it's just so awful. It's just so awful hearing like middle class white people talk about like grime in any way.
I know, have you heard the
guys, it's actually pretty,
Yeah, and have you heard the latest tune from J. Cole? Oh my god, it's like amazing.
His flow is just on point. It's really, he's got great rhymes. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember that clip from Matt Berry where he's like, "Oh, this is my tune. What is this, garage?"
yeah, literally. Nice. Love it. All right, guys, this has been All I Do Is Fail. I am Tom Elwes. You can follow me at all good social media platforms. Ali
Woods gigs, bro. As I say, check out my YouTube, Ali Woods, for more clips, stand-up and otherwise, and sketches and stuff. And then donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/ADIVPod. $5 a month gets you twice the number of episodes. So that's all you need to know. Get on it, $5 a month. And we're not going to have any gigs anymore soon. So please give us some cash. That'd be good.
That would be great, because that's all going out the window. Okay, thanks very much, guys. Bye.
Bye.